I'm trying so hard to get out of this algorithm. Number one, they're going to close this sector. Number two, it's nothing but content creators beefing with one another. There's really no content, no education, nothing being spoken of in this sector. I bet I was in your chat when Shrimp Pain dropped down. But it was kind of harsh to say, I thought you was dying of the COVID. And I thought you were dead. People are really dying from this. 3 people I know. And when the second wave hits, first of all, because they're ending unemployment and people cannot get jobs, you're going to find a lot of homeless people. Men, women, and mainly children. And the only places they're going to have to live is in FEMA camps. Or, which is what they planned on anyway. Or in shelters. And people that live in shelters, you're allowed in at a certain time. And then at a certain time in the morning, you have to leave. They don't care where you go. You have to leave. The conditions are so bad. And because you have a lot of mentally ill people, a lot of these people on drugs are numbing themselves because they are mentally ill. And then you have a lot of pedophiles that live in shelters, which put children at risk. Someone has got to educate our people on this disease. It was man-made. It was planned out. They predict 20% white will be homeless, 43% black will be homeless, and 44% Latina will be homeless. They had jobs before this virus hit. But now those jobs don't exist anymore. And they're going to be vulnerable to the virus. So it comes to kids who, again, I don't think, and YouTube kind of agreed with me when I put not for 8-year-olds or under on my videos, which is why they didn't get taken down, because I did put that on there. I still don't agree that children should be in an adult sector, especially with all the things that are shown. That's like taking a child to a porno store. I don't agree with dogging kids. I do agree with a parent who is not protecting their child and not exposing their child. Oh, I will dog the fuck out of them. That child did not give consent. to be on camera in an adult sector. And exposing them, you're exposing them to sex offenders. I watched you, Tracy, some of you, when you were looking up Truth Finder, you didn't look up sex offenders and that live in the area. Part of Truth Finder also tells you about sex offenders. So when you expose someone's child and expose the school that they go to, you're exposing them to the sex offenders that live in that area. Their pictures are on there, their ages, where they live. All you have to do is put the zip code in there. And it tells you how many sex offenders live in the area. So we got to be careful about putting children and doxing those that can't take care of themselves and exposing them to an adult sector. See, what everybody wishes on somebody else, it's going to come and visit them first. You didn't like the Book of Enoch? I'm sorry, I didn't write it. I'm just a messenger. Who's watching the watcher? The watcher is watching. That book was in the Bible, so I guess you don't believe in the Bible. I put the message out there, and it mentioned that a virus would come over this earth. And the watcher would see and hear all the deeds and all the words that were spoken. Now, when you come at me, I'm going to come at you. But I'm not going to come at your child. What I said is, I hope daughter doesn't end up like mother. That right now, that baby is talking back. And we all know somebody that has a child 13 or 14 years old. Get from over there. Get your ass over here. Go in your house. No. Go. Go in your bed. Good night. Good night. As I digress, these kids are beating up their parents. They're the ones threatening to call DCFS if their parents put their hands on them. Running over their mamas, telling them what they gonna do, cursing them out. But until it hits someone close to you, or it hits you, then I think the commentary that you put out will change. Everything is rolling back. You got a little break, but it's going to hit. And because most of you all stay on YouTube all day and all night, you don't pay attention to what's going on. You don't pay attention that this virus, it was well known about this virus before it even hit. That black community The hospitals are not equipped to handle them. This virus has been out since last year. Trust me, I know. And yes, cortisone does work. And when it hits you, you feel like you're going to die. You can't breathe. Go to your bed. Get in your bed. You feel like you can't breathe. Well, you actually can't breathe. You can't lift your head up. Your head hurts. You're so full of mucus, no matter what you take, you can't get it out of your lungs. You can't sleep. And when you do sleep, you sleep for 3 and 4 days. You can't eat. But I'm trying so hard to get out of this algorithm and get into one where people are not beefing with content creators and they call it entertainment. I don't want to go into the so-called conscious sector because they beef too. Everybody wants to be right, but collectively, all ideas and thoughts matter. There's no perfect person on this earth that knows everything. And I'm sorry, Tracy, but that little exhibit you did of Truth Finder, I looked my son's girlfriend up, and it gives you much more information when you pay for the service than what you were reading out. Entirely more information. I wanted to know where this little girl lived, and found out where she says she lived is not where she lives. And she goes by another name. And she lives 3000 West on the west side. And she's embarrassed to say that she lives on the west side. But everybody, instead of jumping on Shrimp Pea, you need to be praying for her. Because I'm telling you, the older you get and you sit back and you think about the things that you said, the things that you've done, they're going to haunt you for the rest of your life. And what they're paying people on Google in this sector, it's not worth it. We dying, y'all. Homeless people are being taken off of the street, you all. FEMA camps are real. If you think they're not, you're so wrong. And you living in some la-la land. Currency right now, what do they ask you for? They'd rather get a debit card than to get cash. They say it's because of the virus. Cash is not going to mean a thing. Not one thing. It's not going to be worth anything. You need to invest in copper. You need to read the book, The Last President, written in 1900. And the president was Barron Trump. And currency meant nothing. Now, you all can comment about my dog. You can comment about anything, but not one person can comment about what is happening. How we are being killed off. I guess that's your way of distraction. And I don't believe in coincidence. This is my first time on YouTube. And the first video I saw was Shrimp Peen. And she's been ill for a while. I don't take sides. People have to learn on their own. Your content creators tell you over and over and over again that you're strangers. They say they love you. They should. They're supposed to. But you're strangers to them. This is a job. And they're paid to tell you what you want to hear. But they're not your saviors. But if you think that having almost 50% of black people as of Monday losing their homes, and it might be some of you all that are losing your homes and just don't want to say it. We dying. They don't have to worry about taking the sector down. We're killing one another anyway. And we're helping them to kill us. And we're not paying attention, and we're not preparing for it. Hotel rooms, how do you know that they're cleaning them properly? That they're changing the sheets properly? That they're disinfecting the room properly? Half of you all, what you eat, you don't read, you don't know that it's manufactured, that it's genetically modified. You see it, you buy it, you eat it. And for some reason, we love Walmart. That's the worst place you can shop at. It's Walmart. Better learn how to grow your own food. If you have a basement, you need to learn horticulture. and learn how to grow your own herbs and your own food. And I feel sorry for those who aren't legally armed, because it's going to be chaos with people being hungry and needing food. So just as before, I'm using my resources to donate to domestic women and children of violence, to the homeless, in any way I can. Food, clothing, donations. And I hope that there's people out there that have a heart and they do the same thing. Give to those who don't have anymore. Stop thinking of self. Shrimp Ping, I pray that Allah heals you, that He holds you in deepest of favor. This virus is not a joke. It's nothing to joke about. It was nothing funny about, I thought you was dead. Yeah, I typed in, the resurrection has begun. Now, you think about it, and you think about the words that came out of the Bible, not from me, that came out of the Bible, you Christians. And you think about what I said. And then you download a copy of it. And you be still. And put your earphones on and listen. Then you download the lost books of the Bible. In particular, the book of Jasper. And then maybe your spirits, your souls will begin to heal. Assalamu alaikum. Love and light.